Hi everyone, this is Rachel Tipton with Cheat Sheet to Heaven and Balanced by Light. And today I'm going to teach you and tell you about a different way to meditate. It is called the RER meditation, and it's release, empty, and return. Let me tell you about my experience with meditation. I never originally could get into it. I would take these classes and they would tell me to relax different parts of my body, starting with my feet, going all the way up my legs to my stomach, my arms, all the way up to my head. And supposedly I'm supposed to be relaxed at the end. That never worked for me. Then there was breath work, where they teach you to breathe in for a count of maybe 3, breathe out for a count of 5. And while I did find that relaxing and maybe enjoy that a little bit more, I still could not get into that one. And then there's a third type of meditation, which is just giving yourself positive affirmations over and over again, which is always a great idea to boost yourself up and to think positively rather than pulling in negative thoughts and worrying and having stress and anxiety all the time. But that still didn't work for me. And while those may somewhat be helpful, I was struggling with meditation. So I found at about 2014 binaural beats. And there's all different kinds out there, videos out there, and you have to listen to them with headphones. And what they do is in each ear is played a different frequency. And so when these certain tones that are in your ears start to relax you because you're hearing different frequencies, and it creates certain states of mind. And back in 2014, I found this helpful and relaxing, but I still didn't understand it completely. And it certainly helped me slow down thought, but it didn't take my thoughts out all the way. So I am calling this series Cookie Cutter Characters. And it all stemmed from just a few months ago. And today is February 5th, 2019. It is the first day of Chinese New Year, the year of the pig. And so you can see I finished my book, Cheat Sheet to Heaven, and I'm still coming up with different thoughts. So I knew I could do this binaural beats, and it relaxed me. And just about a year ago, I started to get into a deeper state where some could say that I was just plainly falling asleep, but that wasn't the case. I was going into some sort of trance, but I could only do it by listening with my headphones. And so I found this little meditation with this monk, and I thought, okay, this is it. I've tried different meditations with different people, but he's going to teach me how to meditate, and I can finally relax, release, and be at peace. So I went there, and there was one other lady there and one other gentleman, and he starts out with the relaxing the body meditation. And it was beautiful. He put in the elements of water and heat and different earthly elements, and it was a nice meditation, but it was very similar to what I had experienced before. And at the end, I'm thinking he just wasted my time, but he's a monk. He studied his whole life with meditation and being in the certain place that he is now. So when it was over, I think I broke him down because I said to him, that was great, but that's not how you meditate. I said, that is not how you meditate. Please teach me how you meditate. I know you created this for us because you think we're beginners, but I want to learn. And what I found out is he was a cookie cutter character. That meant that he had no original thought. He was just going with what he had learned his whole life and wasn't really putting anything in place that was really of value. And he basically said, well, there's only 3 types of meditation. First, he said, well, the relaxing the body. And I'm thinking to myself, although I didn't say, well, what is wrong with that meditation? Okay, first, when I do that meditation, the goal of meditation, if you're not aware, is to get rid of your thoughts, because you have all these thoughts coming in. And that may help get rid of thoughts, but I almost feel like that's like exercise. Like when you're doing a push-up or a sit-up, it hurts. You can't really think of anything else. And so I'm doing this relaxing the body, but it's hurting my brain because I want my thoughts to come in. And they tell you it's okay for thoughts to come in during meditation, but that's not working for me. But the bigger picture was, I am not a body, and that's the main thing I teach in my book. So why am I relaxing a body if I am not a body? Same goes for breath, which she told me was the second one. The breath, the same way. I can count to 3, I can count to 5. It gets rid of my thoughts, but to me it's like exercise and it's telling me I'm a body, that I am able to breathe. And you said the third type is the affirmations, which I find helpful, but then again, that's making it about me. You know, I'm at peace, or I'm a good person, or I can have love in my life, or I can have money in my life, whatever, you're making me separate. So this is not working for me. So he was absolutely no help. He taught me absolutely nothing, but I want to tell you that he absolutely taught me everything, because I came home and I was upset and I'm like, it's just me out there that has these thoughts. And, you know, I'm thinking there's someone out there that I can get guidance from, and there just plain wasn't. So I was sort of upset and in some sort of depression about that situation. I'm like, there's got to be someone else there that knows the truth. So that night I went to bed and I woke up with this thought, RER, release, empty, and return. So the first thing that I was thinking that morning is, any way that we try to meditate, even when I start with these binaural beats, I still have thoughts. So what I figured out is, while I think I'm here in this body on earth, I cannot get rid of thoughts. So the goal of meditation is to not empty your mind and to not get rid of thoughts, because I simply cannot do that. As I'm here in a body, I cannot have my heart stop beating and I cannot stop breathing, okay? We just simply cannot do that. So it's okay to have thought. That is the first and the biggest part of this. So sometimes we have thoughts, say when you're trying to go to sleep at night and you have things that clutter in your brain through the day, maybe things that upset you or good things, and you're all kind of like wound up. And sometimes when you go to sleep, you're more relaxed. And do you ever have like thoughts in your head that are there but not really going so fast? That's kind of the goal we're going for. I know it helps sometimes when I want to take a nap on the weekends, that I'll just try to think about something, maybe like a show on TV, the characters, and I won't really think about something personal. I'll just kind of like have the thoughts kind of slowly like banter around in my brain. So that's the first thing we're going to accomplish in our meditation. First of all, let me tell you, please lie down. Don't sit up to meditate. I don't know why they think that we're aligning centers of the body. We're not a body. I cannot sit like this and meditate. My back hurts. It's uncomfortable. Please lie down. I think they don't want you to lie down because they think you're going to fall asleep. But please lie down. So lie down, and the first thing is to release. So if you have to have some crazy thoughts come through your head, let them come through for a couple minutes, okay? And I want you to get to that point where you're just thinking, pick something like, I'm thinking about this TV show, or I'm thinking about this party that I just put on for my parents' anniversary, and some of the details, like slower thoughts. Get something that you like, or maybe it's a football game that you just watched the night before where you're thinking of plays and how this played out and how your team won. You need to slow those thoughts down. When you slow those thoughts down, your breathing will also slow down. Now, I just said we aren't a body, but sometimes it's important to slow those things down as well. And so what we're going to find is we're looking for slower brain waves, which actually when we sleep, our brain waves are very slow. And slower brain waves also slow down our breath. So we're going to just kind of slow all of this down. And you know that you're doing it right when the memories start to pop in. So you're not having these little thoughts anymore about this or that in your current state. Have a little memory when you're a kid, or, you know, from last week, or when your kids were little, or something you hadn't thought of in a long time, something like maybe you did in school, a field trip you took or something. They're slowing it down even further. And that's beautiful, because we're getting to the next stage, which is empty. By the time you hit empty, if you do it right, and it took me like 5 years to get to this stage, and I still have to do the binaural beats, empty is kind of like where you go in a trance. And you're kind of conscious, and you'll have like a minute where nothing happens, and then like a thought will come in, you know you're still awake, and you're like, okay, I can't move, I'm so relaxed. And that's just empty. Empty it all out. And that can last as long as it lasts. It could last 5 minutes, it could last 20 minutes, 40 minutes is usually I'm usually between 20 and 40 minutes that I will just zone out. I don't know where I go. I don't have any thought. I'm not asleep. I know that because I might, as my breath gets slower, I do this thing where it's almost like a snoring, but it's not, but it's like I'm making like a gasping noise kind of thing. And then the last stage will be return. And that's when you're completely done with this trance like state and you wake up and you are just like, oh my gosh, I feel like absolutely amazing. And your thoughts are really slow. Your breath is really slow and you can get up and go on with your day or evening and nothing really bothers you. You can just remember that you're ignited with the source and you are there. So I wanted to explain all of this to you, that it's okay to have thoughts come in, it's okay to lie down. So take some time and give this a try. Thank you.